Meanwhile, the Greens are going flat out getting the vote of Muslim clerics who apparently think that this election in Australia is actually all about Palestine, which doesn't allow elections, by the way. And that is the one issue that Muslim voters in Australia should consider. I'll show you an imam who is supporting a Greens candidate in Melbourne.
I was, honoured to be joined by my dear sister Samantha, who has been speaking up about Palestine and justice for Palestinians. The seat of Wales is a major opportunity for us to end the domination of the two major parties. Now we have to have a person that has been standing for the values that we practice in our religion, which is justice for Palestine and Palestinians. Please support Samantha.
Gemma, I have to say, I find that rather threatening, where this election suddenly becomes about a territory, a war-torn territory on the other side of the world.
Yeah, look, it's not. I don't think that's. I don't think that is. My take on it was I didn't feel threatened, but I would say maybe a little bit concerned, but not because of what the gentleman said. Australia is a free country, and you're quite right. The Palestinian territories, the disputed territories, are not free. They don't have elections there. And I just want to point out to the Imam, should he be a Sky viewer, Andrew, that I don't think the Greens do celebrate and support the same values that most even moderate Muslims would hold around sexuality and same-sex marriage and gender diversity. I am pretty sure there'd be a fairly swift intersection or a clash of beliefs where that's concerned. But I have faith that the Australian public, the general voting public of Australia, look at that and go, actually, no, we're not deciding the future of our country based on a foreign conflict. We want to be able to send our kids to school, pay for a holiday, pay a reasonable amount for our groceries, our fuel, our cost of living. That is what I believe, and I don't do it, for full disclosure for our viewers, I don't do any work in the political space, in the polling space. So this is just my gut feel of being old enough to have been around for a little while now, Andrew, and having conversations with the Australian public through my column in the newspaper. I don't think Australians would look at that. Even members of the Greens, I don't think most members of the Greens would look at that and go, I'm deciding solely on that issue.
And yet, Christy, that is what an imam said after a public meeting. I've seen the pictures of the crowd, and I've seen others say too. There's even an imam in Sydney saying, don't vote, it's not Muslim. This is really quite concerning. And there's the Muslim vote movement as well, saying vote on the Palestinian issue. I mean, this is not healthy.
Look, there are no doubt a cohort of people out there who will vote on the Palestinian issue, and the Greens want to capture that vote. But it's really irresponsible for political candidates to stand there and nod along with people when they say our religion is justice for Palestine. There's so much work done in the community of leaders of all faiths looking towards Australia being socially cohesive, and that includes moderate imams. Really irresponsible for that former leader of the Greens in Victoria, actually, to nod along to those words.
But that's where they're in at the moment, stirring a very deep and dangerous pot.
Yeah.
Gemma Tognini, Christy McSweeney, thank you very much to you both.